Hey guys, and welcome to Fallout 4 Sanguinaire. Sanguinaire is a World of Darkness-ish based mod. Uh, it actually draws from the World of Darkness and from some other vampire fiction. Of the influences, the World of Darkness is the one that I'm most familiar with. So it's going to be the one that I reference when I am talking about stuff in the game, just so you know. So if you're a fan of any of the others, don't at me about it. I don't know a lot of the other properties. Sorry. Anyway, um, we are going to get started with a nice, fresh playthrough. So I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be making a character, and over the course of play, we're going to decide just how we want to really engage with the vampires. So let's get going, shall we? Just so you know, of course, I have the Sanguinaire mod activated on here. I also have some mods to help me with settlement building. That is a really big thing that I like doing with Fallout 4. It's probably my favorite part of the game. Uh, Not to say that I don't like other aspects of it. I like, you know, a lot of the game, but the settlement building and I really like. So yeah, it's a big thing. So I have that. I have the armor weapon, armor weapon keyword something or other. I can't remember what the acronym is, uh, but I have that on here in UCO so that I've got some more customizability. There we go with my gear, um, which you'll get to see what all that entails if you're not familiar with those mods. So Um, I think we're all familiar with this. Um, I have this set up to just to go from the vanilla game. So everything is very familiar. I'm starting as the mother character. So I decided to do that instead of downloading the mod that lets you start with a different start. I, I wasn't really interested in doing that. I approaching this again from the World of Darkness side. I like the idea of having the normal game and then having something that's lying underneath somewhere that I have to find. So I want to really see from the point of view of going through the whole thing of setting up settlements, getting together with the Minutemen, finding the other factions like the Brotherhood and the Railroad, um, you know, either going up against the Institute or joining them, finding Sean, all of that. I like the idea of how that plot line and this underworld of vampires, how that's going to coexist and influence each other. So, yeah. Um, we're playing a vampire game, so obviously we need our little goth girl. I do like the base space. It's fine. Um, so we're just going to play around with our eyes a little bit. I want the more piercing eyes. Obviously, we have to change the color. I think we're going to go with the pale blue. I actually like that better than the blue hazy. That bloodshot look to the new hazy, or to the blue hazy, is just a little off-putting to me. So, um, yeah, pretty nose is fine. But I much prefer the smirk. And then, of course, I give us a nice hairstyle. and a hair color fitting to a goth to a goth girl. All right, our extras. We're going to remove what we have and get some makeup on this girl. Let's see. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. All right. Go apply. We need the dark lipstick. There we go. We're going to change that lip liner. And we'll go ahead and just give her the dark lip liner. And, of course, our basic eyeliners. There we go. Nope. I don't want that one either. Our eyeshadows. Some nice dark makeup on a nice pale girl. All right. You sure do. All right. And then gotta be a waif. All right. I'm happy with our look. Let's get started, shall we? Yes, I have done the dark makeup look more than a few times. All right, we gotta wait for the guy to show up at the door. Oh, it looks so beautiful and pristine. Oh, what a beautiful autumn day. Why, nothing could possibly go wrong on a day like this, right? Oh, I love the fall. It's my favorite time of the year. Just look at those colors. The orange in the trees, hints of red. Red. All right. All right. Come on, dude. What is taking you so long over there? They are not important. They are not the player character. Is it coming yet? Oh, finally. All right. More of the same. Here we go.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling. Good morning. Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Oh, I'm glad you're here.
Glad I opened the door. Oh, now I know you're
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Vault-Tec, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it is.
Total atomic annihilation.
Some information. That's all. The apocalypse? Well, hell, sign me up. That's the spirit. Now, let's see.
All right. Of course, we have to give ourselves a proper name. And then I always do this with my stats as I'm going into the vault. I will change them to something more reasonable when I come out. But I find that the 10 intelligence maximizes my XP that I can get in the vault, while the 10 luck gives me better possibilities of loot. How that plays out, that kind of depends. Um, but as a general rule, all right.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Yeah. Still can't say my name, can you, Codsworth?
Go ahead, honey. I'll be there in a second to help, okay?
There we go.
Boy isn't giving his mother any trouble, is he? Hey, I fixed that mobile on his crib the other day. Why don't you give it a spin?
Now, I would love to. There we go.
That's my boy. On his best behavior, just like his dad. Well, most of the time.
Mhm.
Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Oh, right. The park. With you. Because I want to get pregnant again.
They had sex in the park.
Followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation. We seem to have lost contact
Yep.
with our police stations. Oh no. We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
So
Oh my God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
one of the really great things about this mod, by the way, the people who put this together actually went to the trouble of doing voice work and things like that. I'll be honest, I am new to modding on the PC. Uh, most of my Fallout 4 experience has been on the PlayStation. And if you know anything about how Sony is with regards to stuff, you know that
We need to get in.
they are
I'm
very
on the list.
picky about what kind of changes they let you do to games on their systems. Um,
Thank you. Good luck, sir.
so there are limits to what can be done modding for PlayStation. So there's nothing like that in any of the PlayStation mods that I have experienced. So, a mod where there is voice work and stuff like that done is completely new to me.
Is Sean okay?
He's fine. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Oh my God!
All right, I'm blind now,
Hold on! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
and I'm dead. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm not a synth with manufactured memories, um, based on information that, Sean would have put together. Maybe, maybe this is just how I keep dreaming about the event. Wow, really? 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 Is this what we're going to do with the floor? Okay. Maybe this is just how I am remembering the events as I dream them over and over again in cryosleep.
What now? Just follow the document.
Who knows?
Show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me. See?
Oh, let's get marching.
This is our new home. Oh, you're gonna love it.
You all right?
This is one of our most advanced facilities.
So, funny story. By now, I'm sure you know what's going to happen once we get into the chambers, the quote unquote decontamination chambers. The first time I'm watching this game, I'm watching No True American play it. And I don't remember if he was playing the man or the woman, but the other one gets into the pod with Sean, and I'm like, decontamination, depressurizing. Uh, Wait a minute. Um, the baby's going to explode, isn't it? I did not know at that time just how strict Bethesda is on the children don't get hurt in our games rules. Uh, Otherwise, I probably would not have thought that, but I was a little paranoid for a minute. No, needless to say, because I hadn't read any of the spoilers about what happens. Needless to say, I was kind of surprised that no, what happens is you freeze over. I have another character that I've actually been playing through on this mod. And so I have gotten to progress through some of the things. I have seen what seem to be a few changes with regards to things and the Sanguinaire mod. There's one settlement in particular that I have noticed some interesting changes. So I'm looking forward to getting down to that settlement. Uh, I'll have to decide exactly what strategy I want to use in growing. Obviously, I want to be able to get high enough into levels to really be able to sink my teeth into the mod and make an interesting series, because this is going to be a series. Hey, let me out. Why are you letting my husband out? This is sexist. Nice try, bigots. Come on. That's a hat tip to a friend of mine. Oh, okay, no, you don't have to let me out. Ooh. Whoopsie. By the way, I will not be facing the same direction when I wake up in a minute. Even though, I'm cryogenically frozen and can't move my head. But, we'll ignore that. Whatever the truth is for the vanilla game on whether you're human or a synth, uh, if we're going to become a vampire, I think we kind of have to assume that we're human. I don't know that a synth would be able to become a vampire. I don't know if they are quite living enough for that. Um, that is, you know what? That can be our first discussion in the comment section. Are synths alive enough that they could become vampires if they were inflicted with the disease? Because that is what vampirism is in this. It's a disease. It is specifically a form of FEV. So now I don't know if the lore for this is that the FEV is based off of that, or exactly what the case is. I don't know how long vampires in this version of the Fallout universe have been around. So I don't know if they're thousands of years old or, recently created. I'll be honest, doesn't really matter to me. All right. I am a big looter. I'll warn you of that now. Uh, I don't like the idea of leaving stuff behind. Where is that other? Let's see if we can get that other roach. Nope. He died to the electricity. I like to try and get him out of there before the electricity kills him because he's extra XP, but whatevs. It's not really that big of a deal. It's, do you level before you find Sanctuary Hills or after? Is really all the difference in that is. Um, but yeah, I would be interested to know your thoughts. Uh, if you think that the synths do count as being alive enough that they could be turned into vampires, and if they are, I mean, what impact does that have on the ethics of what the, I have antibiotics. That's nice. The ethics of what the Institute is doing and the, I guess, righteousness of the railroad's mission and importance of it. Because, the Institute holds that they're really just robots. It's not like they have souls. But could something become a vampire if it doesn't have one? And if it can, then what does that mean to the idea of a vampiric curse if you can become cursed without a soul? Batson without a Pip-Boy. There we go. I love aiming that way. If you haven't aimed that way, or if you're not sure exactly what I was doing, so if you line up your shot in bats and then pop out of bats, but keep your weapon aimed in that direction, you'll still have your shot lined up. It's usually more reliable than it was for me there. I don't know why I was missing so much, but I was. That happens, I guess. There it is. Vault Tech suit. Or, uh, or Vault suit, rather. Vault Tech suit. Alright. Hey, we finally have a Pip-Boy and can use VATS that we've been using already. Do. I know. In a vault, the vaults basically serve as your tutorial for how to do combat, blah, 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 blah. So you want people to be able to use VATS. But, if that's the case and there's not supposed to be something about that, why not give me the Pip-Boy earlier in the vault? Like, it could be on one of the scientists when I get out. Like, I don't know, maybe I have cyberware that lets me use vaults and I didn't know it. uh no, I am not playing Cyberpunk if you ask. I do play uh Shadowrun. Thank you. I could not think of the name of it. I play Shadowrun though, tabletop role playing game. So we actually just had a new campaign start, um, and okay, come on, come on. Why are you not letting me through? There we go. All right. Um, that needs to be a 5. I do need my charisma. I like to have a little bit of strength. My perception, of course, needs to be high. Um, and my agility needs to be pretty good. I don't think we need my strength more than a 3, though. Okay, I am happy with that build to start out. That's going to be a nice gun bunny build. I could use to have higher agility, but I I do settlement building, and one of the first things I'm going to need to do is bump up my charisma so that I can have my uh, uh, the perk that lets me do my trading routes and whatnot with all my settlements. So, all right. That is unsettling. That is so wrong. That floor, man. Here we go. That has got to be a pretty disheartening look where everything was so vibrant and alive before and is just now dead and desolate. Yeah, I can definitely see that being a shock to the system. All right. Gather up our stuffs that we want. Like I said, I am a heavy, heavy looter. I will watch people play who don't loot, and like I feel like everything just kind of tighten as I'm like, why aren't you looting? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? It yeah, it's a thing. All right. All right, it's time to hit Sanctuary Hills. Oh, we didn't level up when we hit Sanctuary. That's annoying. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Um, so what I'm doing, I'm bypassing Codsworth right now. I'm not really interested in picking up the dog. That's not actually what I'm down here to do. I am down here to trigger Concord. so that I can just have a quick conversation with Codsworth instead of having to go through the whole 200 years, blah, 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 blah. I don't, I'm not fond of that conversation. It annoys me a little bit. Um, Especially since I am full of conspiracy theory head when it comes to this game, uh, in my belief that in actuality, I am probably a synth. There is just too too many questions, uh, concerns, if you will, about my talents and how I'm able to do things, whether it's, you know, my affinity with weapons or uh, my ability to use VATS without a Pip Boy. Um, I mean, like, okay, I can buy using a handgun for $1. Uh, it's not that difficult to get some basic lessons on how to use a gun and be able to fire a handgun. I could maybe even see at least knowing the basics of a rifle. Maybe. But, like, even before you start putting in perks, you've got a certain amount of proficiency with the weapons that's a bit beyond what somebody who doesn't have, police or military training would usually have. Especially having put herself through law school and raising a baby, while her husband's off at war. I'm just a little sketchy on her skill set. That's all. But not as sketchy on that side as I am the bats.
You're looking good for a robot that survived an atomic war.
Yeah, he's in a better place. He's not in this hellhole.
I'd like to trade some items.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need Codsworth as a companion right now. He can do whatever he wants. We have got work to do. We're going to clear out some bugs and then out bugs, and then we are going to do some building. My favorite thing. All right. Oof, I need agility so bad. Don't at me. I still don't regret my choice in stats. But yeah, I will be upping my agility, no worries. Especially since with a decent agility, you can get a lot of shots with a 10 mil, um, even without, you know, getting VATS enhancing, the VATS enhancements and stuff. There he is. Somebody clipped through the wall. All right. And one more set of bugs. Hey, Codsworth. I don't know why you have a pip for Quest. That worked. That one worked too. Okay, that's all the bugs. Wait, no, it's not all the bugs. There he is. All right. Now, the important question is, do we want to build with these houses and simply put beds and furniture inside of them? Or do we want to build from the ground up? And my answer is I'm going to do a little bit of both. So these houses I'm going to tear down. I don't want to build houses on this part of the area. I actually have something else that I'm going to build here. Oh, one of the mods that I also have on here is scrap everything. Uh, if you're one of those people that you're like, I don't like using, UCO and all those mods because, they just give you too many advantages or whatever, then, that's fine. But I do highly, highly recommend this mod. The clean and simple mods are pretty good too. I have the clean and simple mod for Sanctuary and Red Rocket. And there's a couple of other settlements that I've got the clean and simple mods up for. They're time savers. As you can see, I'm not having to waste a whole bunch of time going through and breaking down all of these, a bunch of junk and stuff. Everything's already broken down for me. There's just a few little straggling things that I have to worry about, like that tree. And you don't have to worry about all the loot and stuff that you would be getting being gone. There's actually a container right here that has all that loot. And your workstations are up here, the whole 9 yards. Everything that you need is here, thanks to these mods. So I recommend, if you don't use any other mods, Clean and Simple and Scrap Everything are just wonderful. Scrap Everything just because it lets you do so much more in cleaning up a settlement and really making it your own if you like doing settlement building like I do. And then Clean and Simple because of how big of a time saver it really is. We're going to go ahead and move Sean's crib. Since all my workstations are over here, I'm going to go ahead and make this house where I actually operate out of. But, I do want to have my baby's crib. And let's go ahead and decorate up this room, shall we? Let's see. You should not have the baby's crib right next to the window. You don't want a draft. And, of course, we want to make sure that you're kept safe. So we're going to put Daddy here, and Daddy is going to watch over you, Sean, and no one will ever take you ever, ever again. Because your daddy's going to be right here. Right here, Sean. Right here. Your daddy loves you, Sean. He loves you very much. I'm going to take the eyeglasses, though. I forgot to put those on. I'm not insane. I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's normal. Perfectly normal. I will, of course, want to find the man who took my child. And I think we'll create a scene here to kind of represent a reenactment of when I murder him for taking my family away from me, like the bad, bad man he is. A safe and a place for valuables that don't need to be in the safe. Some kind of valuables need to be in the safe. Not all the valuables have to be in the safe, though. And we'll use this for where we store everything. I like to organize my stuff by type. So we'll have one for our food. Oops. Oh, whoopsie. I need some resources. Well, like I said, I put some mods on here to help me with settlement building. I just have to find where I put them. There they are. Shh. It's time saver. Just hush. All right. Now, where was I? So we have one for our food. We have, and all I have to say is at least I'm not using the ones that let me have all of the armor and all of the weapons. You know, I am being very conservative with the mods that I am using. Though, you know, I have played with those mods before on games. I don't mind them. I'm going to be honest. I do have on here the mod that lets me go ahead and have ballistic weave. And because of UCO, I can actually put ballistic weave into my clothing. Your mileage may vary on how much of an advantage you think that does and does not give me. I will tell you that depending on what I am doing, the game can still present very much of a challenge, especially with Sanguinaire. The vampires are not anything to scoff at. As with any mob in Fallout, if you are prepared, if you have ways to give yourself an advantage, then yes, you're going to win. That's just, you know, that is how the game goes. But vampires are not a mob that you want to run into unprepared. I have died to them on more than one occasion. My ballistic weave did not help me. So all right, here we go. I like to have my weapon racks for when I find stuff. If you know anything about IUCO, you know I will be able to take off the legendary qualities from things, and I will be able to apply it to other weapons. That said, I do not find all legendary qualities to be equal. So I will be able to make use of these racks. I don't know why I can't get a rack to sit there properly, but that's okay, because we are going to go over here to our magazine racks, and oh no, and we're going to put some magazine racks over here. We'll put one over here and over here. We'll do 2 more. I want to make sure I have enough. And then, the same with armor as with weapons. There's going to be armor that I'm not going to want to bother taking the legendary stuff off of because it's just not worth it. Plus, I mean, if it's on something really ugly like Raider gear, I can take it off and I can put it on something prettier, and then I can display it on my mannequins. So, I'll make sure we've got plenty of ladies to display our stuff that we find and, want to display. All right, so we have our display room. We have got our bedroom, Sean's room, and hello, honey. How are you? Mwah. I'm coming for you. All right, let's get the rest of our settlement built up, shall we? I always like to make sure that I have got, in any settlement that I plan to do any significant amount of living in, 20 beds plus my own. So, and then obviously, room for them to lounge. I don't bother with setting tables and chairs. There is a nice, pretty table bench combination that I actually like. We are going to use it so that people have a place to sit and relax. I might add more furniture in there, but I like to at least make sure I've got my basic in all of my houses. All right, there we go. I do need to be careful that I don't scrap the house by accident. And yes, while it is not absolute in letting you scrap things, it kind of depends on like when and how things die and what they are. But for the most part, if you kill something in your settlement, you can scrap its body. So that's nice because you get extra meat and whatnot from it. So again, scrap everything is such a good mod. Such a good mod. If you use no other mod, definitely use it. Even if you don't want to use the clean and simple mods because you like, tearing stuff down, which I can totally get behind that. There is something kind of cathartic about going and just tearing up junk, tearing down houses and whatnot that you don't need. So I get that. Definitely not going to shame you on it if that is your cup of tea. There are times I enjoy breaking stuff down like that. I just don't really feel like doing it in all of my settlements right now. So, all right, a couple of more tables. We almost have all our beds. Oops. That we need to have. All right. So I really just need 3 more beds, and I am set. Which means I am probably going to tear down one more house. As I do like the bedding arrangement. So I'm actually very happy with how everything is laid out for my settlers. Which means this house right here I am not utilizing. So we are going to get rid of this house as well. That gives us a nice big open area here that is easy to keep safe for farming. So I like that. I can gate this area off if I want, or I can leave it open but have plenty of defenses around it. So that's really nice to me. All right, water. 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 Water, water everywhere. Okay. I'll put it on this side. Here we go. 21 water, 21 beds. Let's go ahead and put up our beacon. And I'm going to do a little bit of extra power so I can do some street lamps, get us some good lighting going on. I don't know if I'm going to do extra water purifiers or not here. I might not. I might save that for another area. I don't know. I have to decide that. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that they are close enough together for me to connect them. I don't think that I will need to put out additional purifiers for a little while. I am going to be a while before I max out my settlers because I have to max out my charisma first. So I will have plenty of water that Sanctuary produces for me. So one of the other things about this mod, the monsters do come out at night, and I really like that. So in Vanilla Fallout, I have not found there to be much of a difference in the dangers that I face if I'm out during the day or during the night. Oh, really? Really, I'm out of power? Okay. All right. I see how that's going to go. Oh yeah, because each of these requires one. And I do have a good number of straight lights up. Okay. Um, well, let's give myself a ladder so I can actually get up, shall we? Make it a little bit easier to do this work. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so in vanilla Fallout, I've not found much of a difference between uh, operating during the day and during the night as far as danger. Um, for the most part, I don't see any difference or much difference in what kind of mobs come out or their frequency or how active they are. I am sure there are some differences, but they have not affected the difficulty for me, even in survival mode. That being said, uh, so when it comes to this mod, uh, the vampires come out at night. And they are not kind at all. Uh, if you come upon them and you are not ready for them, they will swallow your soul and you will not enjoy it. It will not be pretty. Um, so, yeah. If you wondered why I went on ahead and purchased Gun Nut, uh, that is the main reason why. I mean, I will want Gun Nut, obviously, as a gun bunny to mod my weapons. But at this stage in the game, when I am primarily getting my settlements up and running, my main settlement up and running, being able to put out these better turrets is just a better use of my resources to me. Even as plentiful as my resources are, I still want to get a good bang for my buck. Her, her, her. And I find I get that with machine gun turrets. All right. I don't know why he is not going on ahead and taking care of food. The question is, did I end up with any other foodstuffs? No. All right, where is this dude? Where are you, my dude? There you are. All right, come this way. You can go ahead and start on these.
Seems to be growing well.
I'll tell you now, I don't care about gourds. Watermelons are somewhat useful, so I will leave these out here. He can work on these for now. Yes, all right. So I've got some food started. I have got really good defense. I have got plenty of water, enough power. So there we go. This is my basic starter Sanctuary Hills right here. I have, because clean and simple gives me the whole houses, that saves me a ton of time. So I just go ahead and put my stuff in there. I have plenty of lighting to make people comfortable. Everybody has water. Once I get more food, this area is going to be my gardening. I will go ahead and slap down a feeding trough for a Brahmin over here. I do like to have a gathering bell. So we'll put one of those over here. I'll actually put it right here. Let's see. It's not going to be, from what I understand of how scrapping actually works, since this is my main settlement and this is where all my junk is really going to be, it doesn't really do me much good to have scrappers here. I want to keep scrappers in the settlements where I don't have as much junk stored. So part of that will probably be like Red Rocket. Let's see. Can't do my stores yet. Can't really do my crafting yet, but I can put up a few crafting things. So I want to have an ammunition bench. Oh, I can't put up my armor smith yet. But I can. I should be. Oh, no, I can't do my weaponsmith yet either. I got to get blacksmith. Okay. So I have a few more perks I've got to get. But we've got a nice start going on here. I think we have a nice, comfortable base of operations to go from. We'll start gathering settlers to it as we go. Oh, yep, there's one more thing I wanted to make sure I built. I like to have my computer terminal. I'll put it over here. We'll put it right here next to the workstation. Obviously, we'll need to run power to it. And, which means, actually, one thing that I am missing in here is lighting. I actually really like these lights. And obviously I don't want bright lights in the bedrooms. Let's get us some additional wiring going on. What in the world is going on? All right. Okay. Why is that one not activating? There we go. You just want to be a pain in the ass, don't you? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, duh. I am such a dingling. There we go. All right. I forgot to reconnect the wire. Okay. Um, one more set of lights out here. We'll do our nice utility hanging lights. We have a nice well-lit workspace. We have a nice well-lit display room. But our bedrooms are dark. There we go. I am very happy. Do I care about giving everybody else light? Really? Yeah, I do. Nah. I mean, I do care about it, but I don't really feel like bothering with it right now because I'm going to have to run wires around like I did there to get light where I want it to be. So this one will do. The other places are fine. They're fine. Oh, you know what I could do is instead of what in the I have not seen. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Ooh. I didn't notice I have that. Oh, that's cool looking. I'm looking for my candles. We'll give them some nice, gentle light. That way they can have nice, romantic nights at home. Isn't that sweet? Mm. Okay, that does not want to stick there. Okay. That apparently works with any kind of power. That's nice to know. Can I not put it on the table? Why can't I put the candle on the table? That is so whacked. Okay. All right. Maybe if we put the candelabra over here, and then we'll move this table over here so it's under it. There we go. All right, so that's nice. And let's get everybody else set up with nice lighting. Come on. Stop being a pain in my ass. Stop being a pain. Stop. Oh, you're going to do the same thing, aren't you? All right. Yeah, some of my windows are going to let me put the lighting on them. Some of them aren't. That's just how it is. See, these will. I am going to want to adjust the placement of these tables a little bit. There we go. And I find that it's the little things that you do to make your settlement feel like a home that just really brings everything together, you know? The little attention to detail, the kind of lighting that you give people, things like that. You know, that to me is just what makes all the difference. There we go. We've got some nice gentle lighting inside. We have got plenty of protection. All right, I am very happy with this. I think we have a nice start. So, yeah, we are going to actually, what am I? Oh, okay, the house wants power, whatever. Okay, so that is our start, guys. I want to thank you very much for dropping by, joining me today. Please, of course, like, share, subscribe. This is going to be a series where I am going to be building up and exploring the wasteland and seeing what secrets of these vampires that I can discover. So, until next time,